7,
8,
9,
10.
Yizzo. Hello.
Hello.
That was
Hey.
beautiful. Hi. Hi.
How are you,
Hey.
Antoinette? What are you up to?
Uh, I am. I've been on edge. This work week has been absolute hell. Big launch this week. Haven't been enjoying it at all. Been questioning everything. Been feeling like my life is not my own.
Mm.
Been not getting outside very much, not seeing people, avoiding phone calls, avoiding family issues, and not being present, but really finding comfort in a terrible season of Fear of the Walking Dead. This has got to be the worst season of any Walking Dead season.
Mm.
It's horrible. It's a train wreck.
Mm.
And it's starring Coleman Domingo, and I love him, but
Oh,
it's god awful. It is like, do I finish? I am struggling more with this than I did on the regular Walking Dead.
mm.
You know how I put it
Are
down and
there
was
any like
frustrated? The Fear of the
consensus
Walking
on to
Dead
keep
is
going? Are there people?
everyone's telling me you don't have to. You don't need it. But
Oh,
I feel in my instincts, I feel that I do. I feel that I need it,
okay.
one, for the distraction, but two, I think it's going to help me with the ones that live, whatever it is, the one with Michonne and Rick, the final chapter. Because there's a lot of little Easter eggs, hidden clues into, I can't tell you because you didn't see it, but into what the fuck happened with Rick. And I'm going to keep going. I just want to say to all the Walking Dead listeners, watchers, folks that will DM me, tweet me, we're in this together. I know that Fear of the Walking Dead is horrible. It started out bad. It kind of got a little more digestible, not enjoyable, but you could stomach it. And now it's to the point, and when you hit season 7, I mean, it's a fucking commitment. You hit season 7 and you just have to put your head down and pray for it to be over soon. Truly.
That's terrible.
It's horrible, but it's in the
How many
background. I'm not
episodes?
invested. Girl, so many, too many. And I love Coleman. What the fuck is going
I
on though?
I have a
It's
question.
so bad. Oh my god. Oh, too many. Here we go. Here we go. Season 7 has 16 episodes. And I got another season after this, and then I'm done with
That's
this.
ridiculous. I have a question for you.
What?
In your avoidance of everything,
Uh-uh.
is it
Wait. I said
are
I
you
was
per-
avoiding it.
are you perpetuating?
You better get on my
I
nerves.
think I'm just wondering. I think a lot of people, I think it's not just you. I think it's all of us, right? Especially in our friend group. When somebody is going through something, they tend to isolate from everything. And we always like, oh, give them their room, give them their space to do what they got to do. Wait till they come out. She comes back. Is that enabling something? Should that type of cycle be disrupted? Would it, would, are we enabling by doing that? Or should it be disrupted with like, hey, maybe it's not forcing anybody to talk because that never works, but being in company and witness of something versus just being around somebody when they're going through it versus like
I don't know.
let this go. You don't know
I
that.
I don't know because I think it's different for everyone. I there have been times in my life where like a time in college where I shut down. I wouldn't go to class for like a week and a half. My dad had to come up there and talk to me, and I was like, I don't know, I'm sick. Something's wrong with me. I physically can't get out of bed. And he was like, you're depressed, Antoinette. We've taken your temperature. We took you to the doctor. We this, we that. You are depressed. You have the shades down in your room. Your room stinks. Like, this is the space of a depressed person. And I was like, for real? I actually really thought something was physically wrong with me. I was like, I have some kind of ailment where I can't function. I think then, sure, because I had all the time, I wasn't doing shit. I can only speak for myself. Right now, I wouldn't have the time or the space to even, I don't have the time or space to even really know how I feel with the things that I'm dealing with within my family. Truly, I don't. I'm high functioning, and this week was just one of those weeks. You know that I am in conversation with my sister. I'm in conversation with certain people. I think specifically for this thing, it's hard to talk about. One, everybody has their stuff going on in the group. I mean, Jasmine's still reeling from Miss Pam. Amanda has stuff, she has her stuff with her parent who has, a health condition. All kinds of stuff is happening. I don't feel like there's a whole lot of room, and I don't feel like asking for room to be made. And I also would have to provide way too much context, and it just feels like another job in this moment, if
Mm-hmm.
I'm being completely honest. What I
Mm-hmm.
need is to find a therapist. I am actively looking, calling, researching. Maybe y'all can offer help with that if you have some. I don't know. But
Mm-hmm.
people don't know the the backstory and the why this is so deeply painful. Because
Mm-hmm.
y'all just weren't around for the glory days of what I'm still so attached to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
And so it just, to me, sometimes feels like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Hope it gets better. It's like you don't understand the gravity. And if I'm being honest, I get angry when you don't. And I know that that's irrational because you can't understand it. My
Mm-hmm.
sister can. My mom can. Like these are people who can get it. My mom doesn't have a whole lot of capacity, but my sister and I go
Mm-hmm.
back and forth. But I need a therapist, and that's not y'all's job. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to think I'm hiding from you. I just haven't had much of a moment for myself, if I'm being
No, I don't
honest.
think that. I was just wondering how to show up. I
Yeah, and
think when
I
people
think it's
say
like this.
like,
I think it's
"Oh,
asking how. And I think I think you know me well enough that if I am hiding to the point where I am harming myself emotionally, physically, all the leaves, then you just, I don't give a fuck, Antoinette. I'm coming in. Like, like I'm here. You're gonna talk to, like, I trust that you know when that is. You don't have to know, but I wouldn't be, angry with you at all for being like, I'm seeing X. Like, you're not okay.
mm-hmm.
But it's not your job to fix it either. It's nobody's job. I
Mm-mm.
have to learn how
No."
to manage it. But no, I know
Mm-hmm.
that y'all are there. I don't know if y'all, and I don't mean this with any disrespect, I don't know if y'all can provide the comfort that I'm looking for,
Mm-mm.
you
Yeah, and
know?
I don't know if that is what the offering needs to be or could be.
Yeah, there's nothing you guys
There's
can
nothing
do.
we could do in that
But
way.
just we can just have fun the way we do, and it can be a beautiful escape and a completely different part of my life that I cherish,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I appreciate you asking.
Word. Um, I watched You Are What You Eat on Netflix.
That's what me and Mandy watched at Kid Cougar. The twins,
And
right?
yeah, I
The
mean, I
twins
wasn't
experiment.
the actual premise of it and the results of it were kind of disappointing to me. But
Why?
I'm not gonna give it away. I can't give it away because I was like, oh, it ain't that drastic, my nigga. Like, Okay, but
You're the worst.
they it wasn't. If
It
you
was
go look at it,
big.
it's
They
like
were proving that you could do certain things being plant based. They
the
were proving you
sex,
don't
the
need
way it
meat.
affected your sex drive is what really made me be like, "Are you
You,
fucking kidding me?"
you're a freak John right now. You are.
That blew my mind. And of course, just seeing the treatment and the environments of the animals, of course, and
That
the
was what
impact
got
on the
me.
environment on the actual environment. Just I knew this shit, but to be it was just a really important reminder.
Hmm.
Um and so I have since I watched it maybe like a week and a half ago, I've been just trying to do my plant-based thing until I went to New York the week before. And I can feel, I know I was joked about the purity thing, but I can literally feel the
The short
bloat
rib.
that I feel. It's you feel so bloated. I feel so bloated. I also ate a whole bunch of food as well, but it wasn't like a bunch of fucking kale and Brussels sprouts and
What did
bullshit.
you eat?
What did I eat? I
Yeah.
had I went from eating fucking what was I preparing for myself? Great meals, delicious meals, the
But
vegetables.
what
I eat
were
vegetables and
they?
shit.
Give me some
I
ideas. I'm making a
I had
couscous feta cucumber tomato thing tomorrow with
oh
some olive oil and lemon and dill.
yes, yes, you're doing your vegetarian thing. You're leaning towards
I'm
that
not
as
doing no
well.
vegetarian thing. I'm just trying to get on my Mediterranean kick. Anyway, go ahead. I need that, so I need ideas.
I it did a lot of well, JoJo wasn't feeling well, so I quick made a
Mhm.
miso soup that was bussin' though. It was a
You love a
vegetable
miso
packed. It was
soup.
so good. It's because I love ramen, and it was bussin'. That was all vegetable. I did a lot of sweet potato, sauteed cabbage with like sesame oil and um rice, just lots of like the thing that I loved from that show was that and I have been on this kick when I think I'm eating healthy is that I eat less. And they're like, "No, you actually have to
You
eat
have to eat
more if you want."
more
And I was like, "What?"
because you need
What
the
I am
calories.
what I learned though is that a hack for vegetarian meals is the fucking sauce. If you can get your sauce, your cream game down,
Mm,
dog, if you can get, and I mean like the cremas and like the vinaigrettes to pour over that shit to mask all the vegetable tastes. Even though I love vegetables, I was like, okay, I gotta learn. So I've been following a lot of different influencers that be cooking up shit on Instagram that I don't really replicate when I try to make it. But I'm on my way. I know
you
better.
got to
I
give me
just
your
know better.
sauce recipes.
I will. I'll give you some sauce recipes. I'll share with you. I'm on blank right now, but I was raised on beans, rice, and greens as well. So like
Mm.
you
What kind
gotta
of
learn how to
beans?
make a bean. You make a nice bean dish, because then you can fuck it up from there. You know, we can have anyway. We'll talk about it. Um, what else? So I don't feel like talking about all that, but that's basically it. I just I'm trying to stay on my dean there and trying to feel good about it. When my leg is healed, so I went back to the gym.
Okay.
All right,
Hallelujah.
back in the month. I have like a one-on-one tomorrow. For whatever reason, this gym's like, we'll make your monthly rate cheaper if you click all. You have to check all of these different tasks, and one of them is having a one-on-one. So that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. And that's it, girl. That's it. Just keeping on, keeping on. Shout out to people that have responded to the Jazz Fest.
Did you get the voicemail I sent you? I
Mm-mm.
emailed you a voicemail. Somebody called in about it. A nice lady who was
They said
explaining it.
yes, right? Did they say do it?
Yeah, but you should
Reconsider?
listen to it for all the details.
Okay. I'm
I
hot.
know
I'm
you was about to
sweating
be
it.
like, they said summarize that, Joel. What'd she
What she
say?
say? I'm sweating.
No, she
Um,
definitely listened to it.
okay. People
I sent
saying do
it to
it,
you,
so
Shanti.
I might do BAM in New York instead because it's closer and less of a heavy lift. But anyway, that's
Like
what's
Dance Africa Bam.
mhm.
I think that your stuff is gonna be too high priced there.
For real.
I think maybe. But also you could be set apart because your stuff is more quality. I went last year, there was a lot of junk. And I was
It's
like,
like Odunde.
yeah. It could be like junk jewelry or a lot of, same kind of stuff.
Should
It's
I
like
go to Atlanta?
Odunde.
What do you think? Maybe,
I think
this is
Atlanta
good
Jazz
intel.
Fest will have more of
It
the
has an older,
clientele, an older
yeah, older
crowd that has
people.
a little bit more bread, a little bit more
Now we're
refined.
going to Atlanta. Want to come?
When you going? Yeah. Where
In
we staying? We
June.
staying with my ex
Yeah.
lover. Did you see did I send you the idea that I had? I
Yes.
DM'd it to you.
Yes, but I didn't know if you were serious. We can talk
I
about that
was.
offline.
You hate it.
Okay.
All right. She shoots. I want y'all to know that Shanti shoots down more of my creative ideas. We're gonna do some. My tricky shirt was a hit.
It
You got to
was.
trust me on this
I
other
just I
endeavor.
just think it's played like everybody's does. It's like one. I don't know that he would want to do that again
He'll
because
do it.
he does not want to be that person anymore. Anyway,
We'll talk about it. He'll do it for us. He'll do it for me. He owes me.
a lot.
Anywho, please rate, subscribe, and share around the way, Kels. What if I talk like this for all the rest of the episode? Pip pip. No. Okay. Also call us, y'all.
Call us,
215
y'all. Call me on
948
Shaniqua phone.
2780. Speaking of Shaniqua, I have to be honest. When you started talking about sauces, it reminded me of a sauce called Shaquanda's hot pepper sauce.
Shut up! You're making me mad with what you just said.
No, let me tell you something. You laugh. This shit is delicious. This is the best pepper sauce I ever had in my life. And let me tell you this, Shaquanda is what
Who
I
is
believe
that?
Shaquanda is. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am because I'm on Shaquanda's site. Shaquanda is a drag queen. I love it. I love it even more. Everybody, go buy
Shaquanda
this
does
pepper
sound like a
sauce.
drag queen name.
Shaquanda is a drag queen, and Shaquanda's hot pepper sauce made their first appearance where she was asked to perform. And Shaquanda would only do it if she was able to perform using food. And this shit was a hit. It was on Hot Ones, and everybody was saying, Hot Ones where they eat the wings
Yeah,
and answer the
after
questions.
two.
Everybody was like, this one is good. What's this one? I love it so much. Shaquanda is fucking fabulous. And this
It's got
pepper
lots of
sauce is
pickled pepper
all that.
sauce. I
No,
like a
it's not
creamy
pickled.
garlic. You know what I mean?
You've already dismissed it and you haven't looked at it. You need to do
Let
your
me
due
see.
diligence.
I apologize, Shaquanda, and to you.
It's very good, and it's not just spicy, y'all. It's flavored well. She has a umami sauce. She has a West
Ooh,
Indian curry sauce. She's got what the hell is that? A spicier smoke. She's got a green sasson that is sold out.
what you call it?
Sasson. How you supposed to say it? Tell me.
I have no idea what that word was, so I can't connect it. I don't know.
Wait, sasson. Isn't that what the Oh, are we about to
I
do
don't
this?
know how to say it, so don't get me to making you feel insecure because I do not know.
A
How do you
S
spell it?
Sazon.
Oh,
You don't know what that is?
Saison, Saison,
You say
Saison.
Sazon?
I think it's called Saison sauce.
Sazon. Maybe Jade says it like that, but she could be being funny. Anyway, embarrassing myself. But that was not an ad.
It was not. It was true, straight from the heart. And that's how we need y'all to rate, subscribe, and share about this podcast. Gotta have that
And there
same
you go.
energy.
Same energy. Okay? Because listen here. I went and bought a bottle of that and I'm already on that website. And I might go down
Shaniqua?
the street.
What's it called? What's it called?
Shaquanda. Don't play, Shanti.
Oh God.
You being
I can't make it
disrespectful.
up.
All right. Voicemails. We're at that time, everyone. We're going to play some voicemails for you. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride.
Come on.
Speaker still isn't working, and I hate it here.
Hi, Shanti. Hi, Antoinette. My name is Jessica. I'm one of your more international listeners. I live in Paris. I am French. my background is that I'm Western and Central African, but I'm French because of colonizations. Anyways, in the most recent episode that I was listening to, you mentioned how France is the first country that has put abortion rights in their constitution, and then Shanti finally quipped, we should just move to France. And I'm here to tell you, no. Actually, you do what you want to do, but there's this idea that I feel people have about European countries and how it might be better or it's not as aggressive when it comes to racism or discrimination. And you guys will be able to pull it off because you'd come with your very cute American charm and people would love you. But for us, Black native of this country, it is the ghetto. There was this controversy recently of who they have decided might be able to perform at the Olympic Games opening ceremony. And the most listened to French-speaking artist in the world is this beautiful Black woman who I enjoy her music, but some people don't. And it was just the idea of her maybe performing that basically had everybody here in France in a tizzy. And now it's actually being talked about on the news. Politicians are actually coming to her, to, I guess, defend her. People are now attacking other people over it. It's this huge thing over here, over this Black woman who would maybe represent France, and French people are unhappy that they would be a Black woman who would represent France. So yes, we are legally able to dispose of our body and decide what we want to do with it, but that doesn't mean that if you were to go to a gynecologist as a Black woman in a Black body, he might not give you hell for it. But anyways, love your show. I am what I call an OG fan. You will know what that means. And can't wait to hear more of your episodes. Love you guys. Bye.
Wow. You better
Crazy.
check us. You said better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
I know, that's why I played it. I was like,
Romanticizing
look at
ass.
this.
Americans.
It's very easy to do, to
Where
read
can we go?
one. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There's no place that's safe. It's The Walking Dead, Shanti. All this shit fucked up. Everybody's got the disease. Do you understand why this film? No, not a film. I fucked it up. Do you understand why that series is getting to me?
Yeah.
We're all diseased. We all have it. We all have it in us. We all have the matrix in us. We're one step away from the matrix.
Shall we in the
Anyway.
matrix?
In the matrix. I need to rewatch that. Ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
The Freak Jones was called. Here you go. I hate calling it.
Hello, ladies. I was calling because I have some insight about the Mia Coppa scene that you guys are talking about with the wine. I can't remember which one you guys said it, but you were questioning how it works with the wine. The wine is amazing. I currently have a buddy that does the wine, and it is such an amazing feeling. You're not going to question what you need to do when the wine is happening. My eyes just be rolling in the back of my head. The wine is an amazing time, baby. But also I have a question because, as I said, I'm not going to say my name, but I am a long-term listener, and I have a sex buddy, and previously he asked me about doing a threesome, and at first I said no, but now that we're like a year and a half in to doing the whole sex buddy thing, my curiosity has been kind of sparked to do a threesome with him and another woman, but I don't really know how to approach it or how to even, because he wants me to find hers because he feels like that would be better for my comfortability level if I sought her out, but I really don't even know how to go about that. So I was wondering if you ladies might have, I don't know, advice on how I could possibly go about that, or would you even do it? Because I've never been with a woman, and I'm only comfortable doing it with him because we do have a long-term what's the word I'm trying to say? Well, we're comfortable with each other, and I trust him sexually. And I know I wouldn't want to do it with my actual partner because he's not my actual partner. He's just a sex buddy. So if I was in a real relationship, I know I wouldn't do a threesome with my man. So I think that's another reason why I'm comfortable doing it. If that makes sense. I don't know. That might sound crazy or weird, but yeah. So if you ladies have any advice or insight on how I could possibly approach the situation, I appreciate it. Love you. Bye.
I know she ain't asking my dry ass over here, child.
Well, the wine is a thing, Shanti. Wine your waist. I think I lost
Ponda
that
River.
thing you gave.
Ponda Brani.
I was gonna I for the second part of the question, the threesome part. I think you're calling the wrong podcast. I think you need to call Horrible Decisions.
Why she calling us?
Call Horrible Decisions.
I
They
do
know.
have something to say. No, I have something to say. I think you need to make a list of what your fears are, what your curiosities are, and what like the prime setting would be. I don't think you should go into this unclear. I think you should have a conversation with him as well. I think it's important to include him. I personally would want, I think a part of having a threesome is that there is chemistry between everyone. And there's also something in knowing that your partner is attracted to the other person that, for me, I think could be a turn on versus a fear thing. So I don't know. I think it shouldn't just
say
be
that
all
again.
on
You said your partner being attracted to the other person could
I
be a
think
turn
if you're
on?
going to have a threesome, that it shouldn't be at the comfort of just two people out of it. I think everybody should be in sync and be attracted to each other, and that there's some chemistry. I think it's dumb to have a threesome with a man knowing that there's a deep insecurity that could exist, that like, oh, he likes this other person more. And maybe inevitable. I've never done it before. Like, I don't know, but it doesn't seem like she's in a relationship where emotionally she would feel threatened or upset. So all the more to like make sure that there's that chemistry between everyone. And I feel like he should be a part of that as well. But this is from somebody that ain't never done nothing and ain't doing nothing. But if I had to be a Sag and tell you how to do it, that's what I would do. But what do you think?
I think for me, I don't know if it would turn me on if my partner was attracted to someone else. Someone else being attracted to my partner could be a vibe of like, oh, you like him too? I know. Ooh, ain't he this? Ain't he that? But yeah, my version of a threesome is not watching my partner do anything to anybody else. It's maybe my partner watching me and somebody else, or someone enhancing my pleasure, or maybe she could kiss him on the back of his neck, but I might want to fight her. So it might not work for me.
Wow.
Yeah, I could want to fight her. It depends. A couple 20 years, we old out here, fine, maybe.
Why does it have to be out here?
That's me. I'm speaking for myself. You asked me. But I
know I asked
one, thank you for the information on the wine. The wine has happened. But can you demonstrate your wine one more time, Shanti?
He had his legs popped.
No, just do what you was doing. That's what I don't. Doing. I don't know that because he wasn't doing that. What you're doing is not what he was doing.
You don't see my waist. That's what he was doing.
I see your top, and I know your waist ain't matching what he did.
He was like,
no, he wasn't.
Whatever he was doing, I was like, oh, okay.
But I think that yes, that circular motion is great. But I just the threesome thing, there are definitely ways to engage with folks, and I honestly think that Mandy would be a great resource, and I think she'd be super open to I know they call it home mail, to providing that kind of insight. I think like what if I heard most times people are on vacation, I've heard, and then like you go up to a couple, but again, can you properly, it depends on if you want to vet this person a certain amount, if you want to get tested first, like it all depends on how you want to do it. And I almost feel like this is Googleable. Like I think you could Google this at this day and age, and stuff will come up,
Yeah.
and you take what resonates with you, and you leave what doesn't.
Yeah, I think
You
you
know,
should
maybe
leave.
it's a sex club. I don't know,
Yeah.
but there are
Let us
ways.
have a go, girl. Make sure to call us
Because
back.
right, we over
Call
here
me on
talking about
Shaniqua
should he
phone.
whine inside? We don't know. Promise. All right. Next up, should I play both of these? Because I feel like she called back, but I don't. I think she said the same thing twice. Hold on. Let me play the second one. Ready?
Hi, I just called. I didn't introduce myself. I was scared, but I'll say it now. I'm Victoria. And I went back and I hear Shanti asking, how do you engage with that wine when the man is gyrating inside of you? You just have your mouth open and just ready to receive. Like you just take it and just enjoy. You know, like you don't have to wind your waist back. There is no winding your waist. You can't even move really because it's that pleasurable and it feels like they're massaging your insides. Like it's amazing. And I hope you guys get that one day. And Antoinette, with your guy that you may or may not be talking to, show him that video. It'll change your life. It changed mine. And now I think that's a prerequisite, you know, to sex for me. Like you have to know what you're doing and have a good stroke. That in and out shit is played. That's young boy shit. Y'all men do the wine your waist thing. You know, like get in there, make her feel good, make her feel appreciated. All right, bye y'all.
Y'all from these prayers out of your mouth into the gods during this holy month's ears, please.
Are you gonna try to whine?
I would try to, of course. Yes, absolutely. Please. I want to see you sweep, eat pizza, wind your waist.
Whine your waist. Interesting. If I was dating somebody currently, then and after that podcast, then I would have definitely had him watch it. So maybe I did watch it. Maybe we did watch it together. Maybe we did, just that part.
Confirmed.
But I think to talk bluntly, I think it's important to also watch porn and watch the videos that you like with your partner and to explain to them why you like it. I've definitely done that in the past and had a time afterwards because it could have been, I like the way he's talking to her. I like the way he's handling her. I like the way that he's in command. I want to feel like that. I want to just, whatever it is, I want to try this position, you know, and especially watching what men like because they're always scared. It's funny how when you ask a man to turn on some porn and the porn that he likes, and he said, "Well, what do you mean? Like, I don't know what to search for." Like, oh, and they get for the most,
You know exactly what.
they act so scary, and it's so funny. And I'm like, you're so terrified that I'm gonna be freaked out if you put like DP blonde bimbo or something. You know, like just put it on and let's talk through it. Let's see what you're talking about. But they never do. They always pick some old, you know, all right, I guess she's just like ebony fat ass. Okay, go ahead, put it on. Let me see. What's your go-tos? I know you got these bookmarks somewhere. Stop playing.
No, stop playing.
And it unlocks something in them, but it's also just good to see. So I highly recommend that. But anyway, let's take a break. Let's take a break and we're going to get into our main topic, which I think is a good one.
After these messages, we'll be right back. You need something, Joe? No? Do you need something? No. Oh. Why don't you put your pajamas on?
She ain't got school tomorrow?
Nope.
These kids don't never have school.
No, close my door. Actually, don't close it. You can't because I'll be lifting weights. I mean, doing pull-ups. Oh, I'm tired.
Hold on, I'm pulling up the thing.
My anaconda.
Why is that in your head?
Thinking to start cutting carbs. I need to drop my belly fat. If you want to drop the...
All right, ready?
Yes, ma'am.
No, hold on, I'm trying to get to the... Okay. And we're back. So, I was having an interesting conversation. And I've been thinking a lot about this, the idea, the premise of, do nice guys finish last?
Mm.
And why or why not? And so let's say that I'm dating a nice guy. Let's just
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically speaking. And let's say that, you know, I'm talking about this nice guy to... I'm in conversation with my sister and her husband, my brother, and he's engaging. My brother sees me, and he was like, "Oh, you know, how's that going? You know, what's happening over there?" And I'm like, "Man, he's an angel." That's usually how I refer to him. He's an angel. Like, he does da 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 da, like, and ran off this long laundry list of all the ways in which he shows up, how consistent he is. I mean, I'm saying stuff like, in the morning when I'm working from home, he makes me breakfast. He knows that I don't have a washer and dryer in my raggedy white refrigerator apartment. So he washes my clothes for me, encourages me to bring my clothes over there, has folded my drawers. He moves my car during alternate side parking. I don't even remember that I have a vehicle when I'm staying with him. Not even a thought. He's on it. He's constantly complimenting me, constantly telling me how much he appreciates me. He reassures me. He is constant communication. I don't think there's been one time when I called him and he did not answer. I don't think there's one morning that I don't wake up and he's wishing me good morning and checking in. He listens, he checks in when it comes to my work-related things. He's asking me how recordings went. He is invested, showing up, good guy. One of these men that, like, he treats me like a precious gem that I could break, you know? Like, he needs to know when I'm coming to his house. I'll even share my location because he doesn't want me only for an hour, but he doesn't want me walking to his door from my car without being outside to get me. Just shit like that. And so my brother-in-law is like, wow, that's really interesting. How are you handling that? Is that hard? And I was like, huh? What? And he was like, well, it must be hard for you. It's like probably fucking with your identity. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, well, yeah, like, you identify so much as someone who's like alone and without help and like care that like probably feels like an attack.
Come on, Dennis.
And I was like, oh, shut the fuck. I was like, Dennis. This is all hypothetically. It could have been a dream I had.
Never could have happened.
Never happened. So I'm like, wow. The way that Dennis will so subtly just, it's like what you were talking about in the last episode where it's like, I don't know if you need to say it. Some ways, like, Dennis is that guy that will figure out a way to say the thing and walk away and have you deal with it. You know, like, okay. So he says all this. And I deep dived into myself a little bit. Oh, hit the mic. I apologize, Monty. I took a deep dive internally and just had a little audit of like, what is this urge that you have sometimes where you do reject it? You know, he will offer help and you will be like, no, it's fine. Or, you don't have to do that. Or, oh my God, honey, I know you said it already. I get it. You're so, I call it googly. I'm like, you're so googly. Oh my God. Such a sap. Jeez. Play with me. I'm not precious. I'm not gonna drop, or break. Like these kinds of, it's too much. Oh, he's sappy. What is it? Why why is that the response? Goofy. And I think part of it is, in the beginning stages. They're the beginning stages. You've got butterflies, you're learning somebody, it's exciting, whatever. That's how people are going to be. But I think for me, I had to take a inventory and recognize there's something awry here, because this is literally an answered prayer, right? And it's not that I'm rejecting him. I'm all in. But the way it can make me uncomfortable or make me push back a little bit. Like I'll push back on the care that I've prayed for. Does that make
Yes.
What? Okay. So last night I was actually in this dream. I was talking to him and he said, what is your main topic or whatever? And I'm like, oh, I actually got to get off the phone and figure out a main topic for tomorrow. I got to find some inspiration for the podcast. And I go on YouTube to just feel, I don't know, to find something. And I stumble on the School of Life, which is the overarching brand on YouTube. It has 8.83 million subscribers. It's amazing. He actually put me onto it. And the video that pops up is why nice people repel us. And so I said, well, let me go ahead and click on this and figure out what they're talking about. I'm going to play a clip. Sorry, Monty. I'm going to play a clip from this that really sat with me. Okay? And then we'll discuss.
Perhaps because, through no fault of our own, a whole character may have been built up around the need to cope well with not being given what we want, with not finding intimate satisfaction, with not being the recipient of anyone's reliable kindness, with being foiled in our search for tenderness and sympathy. As people with an allergic response to warm-heartedness, somewhere in our past, we are liable to have experienced severe letdown, against which we had to insulate ourselves with a plethora of clever defensive strategies. We learned to always reject before we were rejected. We learned not to get taken in by anyone's honeyed words. We firmly exchanged hope for cynicism and vulnerability for impregnability. No wonder then that a kind soul might come across as extremely threatening. The nausea we feel in their presence isn't so much disgust as fear.
Did that resonate with you at all?
Oh, no, I don't have anybody that's threatening
Stop
me.
it.
I don't.
It doesn't have to be romantic relationships either. But have you ever met someone new, especially, romantic relationships just, I think, really help us see ourselves. Been on a date and you've been like, he's too nice. He's too this, I don't know. He doesn't have that thing to him. It was okay. I don't get him. Have you ever had that?
Yes, absolutely.
Would you like to share anything more than yes?
How
do you feel about this?
I really enjoyed that video. I watched it. It made a lot of sense. I think Dennis's question as well around the identities that we create, or the identities that we that we create, and having someone cause us to have to renegotiate, recreate it, or be more aware of how addicted we are to that familiarity, even though it can be a place of pain, I think is really interesting. In my particular case, I don't think, and you asked the question, do nice guys always finish last? I don't, as of recently, I think I've always chosen a quote unquote nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
But my experience with the niceties was still coded within all of how pleasant, how there wasn't much conflict, how there was care or this performance of care between he and I, was also just covering up a lot of avoidance, right?
Mm.
Like I think at the root of all of this idea of identity, is your attachment style.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know mine would be avoidance, and um, even though it was cloaked in like niceties and like empathy
Mm-hmm.
and emotional understanding, it still didn't quite meet my needs in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So that was still it was still very familiar to me. You know what I
Got it.
mean? Like, so I'm not necessarily, I don't go after like a bad guy or a person that I have to run after or who I feel like isn't
Uh-huh.
choosing me. But then there's also still like this deeper thing of
This wall up.
avoidance that feels really familiar. And I
Okay.
think that, that's a pattern that I have, that I don't know that the nice guy, um, even if you get a quote unquote nice guy, you're still going to be confronted with your identity and your attachment styles,
I think
which
this
you
brings up
might be experiencing but might not be experiencing. You know what I mean? Who knows?
I think this brings up a great point to define what the nice guy is. Because I think my understanding of what the nice guy is the guy that shows up intentionally and is also kind.
Mm-hmm.
So like all of the things that I listed out are things where there's investment.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's someone showing up. It's not he's not performing these things. He's genuinely invested in me and helping my life be easier and caring for me and getting to know me,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I feel that. I feel that in a way that I don't think that I felt ever, and without me having to do much or do anything besides be to get it from him,
Mm-hmm.
which also
Mm-hmm.
feels like, whoa, this is strange, this is different, this is new. um so that's how I'm defining the good guy, is the intentionality with you and your heart and in the future and in investment and deepening the relationship. You put a article here from Psychology Today that was interesting, where they were talking about breaking out these different kinds of attractions. And before we get into that, and different kind of nice guys, it's interesting that you're avoidant attachment. You said I'm anxious attachment, and I think this I know it. He said it. He's also anxious attachment. And so you have two anxious attached people showing up and doing the most for each other while they're working out their trauma of like, I'm looking at him like, you don't have to do that. Like, I'm here. And he's looking at me like, you don't have to do that. I'm here. And we looking at each other like, well, who are we if we don't have to do that? And it's strange. It's a mirror, and it's wild. But this
Perfect.
Psychology Today, it's very different. The Psychology Today article was really cool to me because they were breaking out the ways in which women were attracted to men specifically in that role. I think it also translates um, in LGBTQ um, relationships as well. I think it's just the type of person, but for the purposes of this conversation, we're doing women and men because that's how we identify as straight, and that's just how it's written. But there's dominance, right? That you're attracted to dominance, which usually is associated with a bad boy or a hero. And they were seen as more dominant than nice guys and the losers. The losers are people who just don't have nothing going for them, and they're not nice people. Then there's supportiveness, which is attributed and associated with the nice guys and the heroes, and they were seen as more supportive than the bad boys and the losers. And then there's physical attractiveness, which is attributed to the heroes and the bad boys, and they were presumed to be the most physically attractive. Losers are the least attractive, and nice guys fall somewhere in between. And it was interesting that the idea of the hero, right? Because they were saying that a lot of women who pick bad boys tend to be prioritizing short-term physical attraction over long-term emotional support. Um, it might happen because of a hookup without commitment. They may also be avoidant and have difficulty trusting a partner, especially with greater emotional intimacy. They may have low self-esteem and are simply selling themselves short, yada, yada. Then the women who pick the nice guys, in contrast, are prioritizing emotional support instead. They tend to have higher self-esteem, are more restricted, a more restricted interest in sex. Overall, they are making the opposite trade-off in a mating choice than a woman who picks bad boys. Specifically, the bad boys are willing to be long-term partners, willing to commit, and even when that person,
the bad boys aren't willing to be long-term
we're
partners.
talking about the good guys right now, women who
Oh.
pick good guys. So these good guys, the trade-off is that they're willing to be long-term partners. They are willing to commit, and even when the partner is not the most attractive or the most dominant option. And then you have women who are looking for the hero, and these are the quote-unquote complete package. They're dominant, they're supportive, and they have the physical attraction. So these women, although they may be a bit anxious at times because they're still going for that physical thing and that like dominant thing, they still have a high self-esteem because the hero is compassionate with their partner. And these women tend to be the women who want it all and tend to be the most desirable mates themselves in terms of who gets these kind of people. It's interesting. I was trying to think about like celebrity couples who like who's a hero, and I guess who's dominant but still we have no idea, but portrays themselves as a good guy who has it all, the money, the swag, the this. And it's like, I get what, Idris Elba. I'm not that attracted to him, but they fucking love him. Like, okay, great. And then you see his wife on his arm. Who else? Like a Brad Pitt.
Yeah, all of them. All of
All
them
of
are portraying
those
that hero, the top, the creme of the creme gets the creme of the creme.
Exactly. And so we get caught up in that. And I thought it was very interesting that the women who pick bad boys or who get off on like this bad boy thing often have low self-esteem. And it's like the bad boys won't commit. They won't this, they won't that. So they're basically feeding that low self-esteem that you're so used to. You're used to being maybe discarded of. You're used to maybe being played. You're used to having to prove yourself and vie for time and attention and energy and possibly be let down. But also when they do pick you, it's wildly exciting and invigorating. And you're like on this whirlwind. And then when they drop you, it's like, damn. But then they come back and then you're up again. And it's like, woo, little roller coaster ride. My stomach is in my chest. There's all these butterflies. Really, it's just toxic and unstable and inconsistent. But how many of us are looking for the hero? And is that realistic? Out of those things, what are you looking for? I don't think that you pick a bad guy ever. I don't think that's just ease.
I think I look for the good guy. I think I look for, I feel like this is very generalized, of course.
It is,
All of us
absolutely.
has far more complex beings out there, but yeah, I think I look for a good guy. I don't trust extremely attractive men. And I don't say that to say I'm looking for somebody that's not attractive. I don't. I'm generally always attracted to my partner, but like I don't I inherently don't trust, or it's very hard for me to trust um men that are super attractive and like invested in their attractiveness in a particular kind of way. Like they know that they're fine. Yeah, I don't, it's just not, I don't trust it. I think maybe it's like my inherent, like, it's too much competition. Like I don't, and maybe I don't consider myself to be a comparable partner, a hero. I don't like the word hero part, or like the most attractive, like person next to them. So maybe that's an underlying thing as well. But since I was a very young girl, it's always been like, no, I don't trust you. You talk too fast. You're too slick. You a Kasim ass nigga. Shout out to, but I, I just don't. So I tend to go for nice guys. I tend to go for nicer guys. I tend to go to for um this whole dominant beta alpha thing is very interesting to me. I think I dismiss it, but I also think that there's something very real about it. I think dominance, and not the abuse of dominance, is very attractive.
Yeah.
Is very, there's something about it that is really makes you feel secure, makes you
It's
feel
disarming.
excited, makes you feel, yeah, revved up in a way that men that don't have that, it just kind of feels just, it just does not excite you, and it does not
It doesn't excite
it
you in
don't
the
hit the
same way.
same. That
No,
shit don't slap.
no, it
Mm-mm.
doesn't. It doesn't.
And that's a real
And
thing.
that's a real thing.
It's a
And
very real thing.
I'm wondering if that has to do with our conditioning, or if that's just like innate primal instinct, of like this confident being has it. Because I've had that with the woman that I dated. She was
Mm-hmm.
alpha and I
Mm-hmm.
was in to
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
don't know if
it's
it's
not a
just for
male
gender.
thing. It's just
Mm-hmm.
it's an energy. And I'm realizing too that there are some men that really enjoy seeing their woman like that in different
Mm-hmm.
spaces.
Mm-hmm.
I'm realizing if I am dating somebody right now, he tends to love to see me when I'm telling it like it is and
Mm-hmm.
and in command. He's like, "Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Heard you." And there's something about that where you just have
Yeah.
a confident partner who I always equated to who knows how to handle you. And that's not just physically, but I think part of it too is for women's intimacy, or for me, let me not say for women. For me, intimacy, sex, attraction, all these things start mentally, and like, yes, care being included in that mental stimulation is wonderful. Security, a safe space, all of that. But somebody who's like, I'm about to do XYZ, or just the way Trevante looked at Kelly Rowland before he was about to kiss her, the way he grabbed her neck and brought her into him so he could care for her and whine all over, that kind of energy.
Whined all over. Oh,
That kind
Jesus.
of energy it's an energy. You ever had a man look at you and you just like, ooh,
Mm-hmm.
and they just looking down at you like, come here. Come here. We talked about that before. Come here.
Mm-hmm.
What? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I would be lying if I said that I don't want that and enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I
But
think that's what they mean with the hero thing, which I don't like the terminology either, but go ahead.
um, yeah, no, I don't know. I think what's most interesting is now the opportunity that you may or may not have in this situation. And I feel like the identity part for anybody, once you're like locked in with somebody, um, and it feels good, regardless of their where they fall in this hierarchy or
Mm-hmm.
whatever this is, whatever this thing is that we just mentioned, you are going to have to confront yourself in a way,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
inevitably.
Mm-hmm.
And the more the longer the relationship, um and seeing how this person not necessarily manages you, but how this person manages themselves is where like the real attraction and the real kind of like, oh, you
Mm-hmm.
10 toes down for you 10 toes down, like how are you showing up for yourself?
Mm-hmm.
How are you in control or not in control, or how much are you committed to whatever the wound may be, or revealing the wound, or yeah, it's just like this amazing dance that comes into play that is really dope, that you even having the opportunity to see for yourself in this moment, because it's not, again, it's not, it is about him. Like he got the right mirror, he got that nice perfect mirror with the nice light on it, and it's great, but it's like, oh, I'm holding this mirror up to you, and how lovingly that person's going to do it, so that you can look at yourself and be like, oh, okay, look at me.
No,
Because
I
now
mean,
it's,
I'm already feeling it come up for me.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
the identity thing, I mean, I've been 8 years single with no one consistent, no one to call, no one to this. And this was not something that was brewing.
yeah.
This just happened and
Mm-hmm.
if we fell right in. And it
Mm-hmm.
happened quickly. And I was waiting for the other shoe to drop and it ain't dropped. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? And so it is messing with it's holding a mirror up. I won't say it's messing with anything. It's holding a mirror up and allowing me to confront some things. And I don't know that I know how to do that.
Yeah.
And he's patient, but I am so curious of like, what is this rooted in? I mean, I watched this video, sure, and I'm gonna play the end part because it goes into that a little bit. Maybe I should play it now, but I'm like, what is it's not a resistance, but what is the thing
Mm-hmm.
that makes you, it's not even uncomfortable, it's just like I'm actually out of practice of receiving this and I'm awkward. I'm like, oh, what is that thing rooted in?
Because it's fucking up
And
your entire worldview in a way. It's fucking up your entire way of engaging with, because
but
that's
it
gonna
isn't, because
crack open shit for a lot of other stuff.
I always
Inevitably.
believed that it was possible. The
Right.
hopeless romantic me, but did I
Yeah.
really believe it? I don't know if
Yeah.
I did. What's crazy is I had resigned to, I'll be somebody who has these wonderful, crazy affairs with these complicated men who I can just love as much as they'll let me. And there'll be a little bit of grief and heartache and despair in it, but that's what makes it romance. Huh? Like I love stories like that. I love heartbreaking stories where like there's so much love there, but it can't fully bloom and blossom. And I'm like, I'm even evaluating that of like, what is your obsession with these kinds of stories? Why does that feel like more exciting and have more gravity and more love than the ones that are consistent and somewhat, I would call it boring, but it's not. It's just consistent and real. Go ahead.
I think it also is inviting you because, again, how we love, being in a romantic relationship allows you to see yourself, but it also allows you to realize how that spreads into every part. It's not just that thing is not just with him. That's with
No.
everything that you engage with. That's how you engage with the world, your work, your this, your that. If you once you start seeing the thing, you're going to feel that same thing and other stuff. And be like, oh shit, this is how I identify, and it's beautiful because it cracks it open, and then you have all of this. It just cracks it open. I don't know what happens afterwards. It's just you cracked open like, oh wait a minute, that's not just my thing of identity and my love thing, but with all the things, fuck or great. I don't know. Girl, I don't have no answer. If you come here and think I got, I don't know.
Think you have an
I ain't
answer.
getting I ain't got nothing. I just
No, I don't necessarily think you
and
have an answer, but I think that
recoiled.
Stop. I think that you see me. You're my closest intimate relationship. So I think that what you're saying is valuable. I don't even know if I'm looking for answers. I think I'm just sharing because it's coming up for me. So I know this shit gonna come up for other people. And it's wild it's just a wild place to be in. It's like, oh shit, there's so much work for me to do and undo.
Yeah.
And, you're lucky if you find somebody to help you do it.
To do
from
it.
a loving place.
I know. A witness.
Annoying. Shut up. Just watch a movie and chill.
Watch
all
a
this
movie,
bullshit.
boo.
Like, bro, relax. Anyway. Meanwhile, he was signing me up for therapy for Black girls. He was like, what's your email address? I said, don't play. And looked at my email. It's therapy for Black girls. I said, okay.
What's wrong with that?
No, nothing. It just is. This is what I'm saying. It's like, oh, somebody's like, oh, you really want to do this work? Come on.
You like, do I? The fuck?
I thought I had did it. I thought I'm good because I believe in love or whatever. As long as you're more dominant and you sometimes are a little bit like evasive, then yeah, we good. Because I can repeat my codependent patterns. Hello, duh.
Hello.
And I can show up and show you how great I am, and then you choose me all of a sudden. It's a fucking fairy tale the way they do in the movies. And then we live happily ever. You're big, I'm Carrie. Let's go. He was like, nah.
He's like, you want me to bust it open?
Right. He like, come get this soft life and shut up. You really want this soft life? Come be soft. Ooh. Anyway, I'm gonna play the end of the video so we can really go to sleep and think about
go to sleep.
The work that we have to do
at the ceiling.
Well, they may be unblemished and sweet. Anyone can bear love that fails. It takes a very fortunate and secure childhood to countenance that it might, in fact, work out. It can be so tempting to accuse a kind candidate of something, to call them boring or soppy, or to make an acid remark about their way of stepping through a door or asking for more ice. We should have sufficient insight into our own difficult trajectories to put a finger more accurately on the true sources of our discomfort, that these unfortunates are in danger of not making us suffer in the way we have grown up expecting that we will have to suffer in order to feel that we are in love. We reject not out of meanness, but because we've had so little experience of kindness. The next time the ick of kindness descends, we might dare to turn it away in the name of starting out on what might turn out to be the greatest adventure of our lives. A belief in the possibility of contentment and closeness.
I could cry.
I know. Are you kidding me?
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here.
Not
No,
Ryan Reynolds
Ryan,
coming through with
get
the
your
come through.
fucking
What's
advertising
crazy
app on the
is
line.
I'm sitting here thinking about my codependent nature. And remember, For Women Who Love Too Much, that amazing book by Robin Norwood. I'm thinking about how there's a whole chapter saying name of the chapter is "If I Suffer for You, Will You Love Me?" So how can I be how am I lovable if I'm not suffering?
Mm.
I haven't proven to
You're not
you
seeing
that
my
I'm good
sacrifice.
enough.
You haven't seen this transaction hasn't happened.
Yes. I haven't proven to you. I haven't suffered for you. So this can't be real.
God is good all the time.
Fucked
Alhamdulillah.
up. I'm fucked up.
No,
And I
this is
thought I
great.
wasn't. I thought I did all the work.
No,
But no, I'm
girl.
not fucked up because I'm not turning away from it. I'm staring it dead in the face like, oh, I ain't messing
Yeah.
this up. All right, mirror, mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the most fucked up of them all?
Not fun. No.
No,
No.
no, no, no. I'm not. I know I'm not because I
No.
hear other people and I'm like, y'all really fucked up. But
No.
it's wild to me. It's so wild.
It's perfect. It's just fantastic. Isn't it fantastic? It's just
And it,
a
you know,
perfect thought.
the family stuff. It doesn't help to then have that where you're needing to kind of
Mm-hmm.
suffer
Lean.
to love, to be
Uh-huh.
able to love some, you know,
Uh-huh.
there's suffering involved in that. And it's like, well, and sacrifice. And it's like, well, I'm going to endure this to prove that
Uh,
I love you, that I'm here for
mm-hmm.
you always.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's what you're taught.
Mm-mm.
Mm. And that's what feels like it's required. I got to go to, it's so much therapy. I don't know
Yeah,
if this makes sense, me talking in, about stuff in code. But yeah, I'm dating somebody. He all that. All right. He all that and he want me to go to therapy because he all that and I'd be like, what?
that's what's
Huh?
up. For the sake of y'all, for the sake of you. Not for the sake
For
of
the
y'all, for
sake
the
of
sake
me.
of
No,
you.
for the sake of me. He finna teach you. This is all a fucking, what is it? He is a vessel. This for me. Regardless of what happened over there. I'm finna learn
God
something.
is good all of the time. Mm-hmm.
Amen.
Yeah.
All right. Did you like this episode?
Yeah, it was great. It's great.
Do you really like it or
I'm just being
like
nice.
rate it? It's another thing. I gotta be judged and shit. I got problems.
Oh, God.
Rate it, Shanti.
I'd rather not.
Give it a grade. A B plus?
Yeah,
B?
you got a B plus.
A B
I
plus?
got a B plus. I got like an
So what's an
89.
A?
I don't know, child.
An 89. She said it's not an A.
Sure it was an A. I don't
It
fucking
wasn't an A.
know.
It's all right.
Get off my nerves, Doc. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I don't know.
Well, also, this is why the other thing. I gotta be able to joke with somebody like this too. You know what I mean? Like, if we can't do this, she said, "Get
If
off my
you
nerves,
can't
dog."
if you
That's
can't do
important.
that, I don't know
I
because I'm
can't be
not
so
well. Because
precious that
I
yeah.
think it for me it's perfect because it's how I play with my avoidance. Like I'm never not going to be completely avoidant. I'm always going to be it's true. That's something I realize, and you have to realize that I'm always going to be managing my avoidance. I'm always going to be called to be like, there's not going to be a day where I'm just going to wake up. I'm 38 years old. Like this has
No,
been
you're not.
basically.
Are you
I'm 50 years
38? How
old.
old are we?
I don't know how old I am, but I'm old
I
enough
think
to know.
I'm 36, so you're 37.
You are.
I'm 36, about to be 37, and you're about to be 38. You're not 38.
It's something that I'm always going to be managing, you know? It is a place of comfort. It is a place of familiarity. It is a part of my being, and I'm not any less or fucked up or irreparable or unlovable because of it. I have to manage it like all the things, but I don't think I'm gonna try to live my life trying to erase that part of me. I don't think I can. I don't think you can. But you
I
can
would like
manage it.
to erase my codependency.
I don't
I would
think
like to
so.
erase that bitch. She
I don't
got to
think it's
go.
possible.
It ain't no room for her over here, girl.
It's a part of you. But it's not you at the same time. You know.
It's like
At least, man, I'm projecting. Maybe you can. God willing, you can. Me,
the TikTok therapy going on right now.
me. It's a part of my way of being. It's just, I can't. What am I going to turn into? A balanced, normal person?
I was about to say,
Get
maybe
the fuck out of here. That's a part of the charm
I
to
was
me.
about to say,
Could you imagine?
maybe we
I
actually
turn that.
do the work and
No,
turn the corner.
you'd be like, Shanti, you ain't the same.
I don't know if you'd be as much fun if you
Yeah,
were all healed up.
for real. If I was all healed up, you'd be like, girl, this ain't the same.
You'd be like, well,
Why the fuck you telling me that?
have you ever been in? This is a good thing. Have you ever been in conversation with somebody who's like hella healed, and you like,
they ain't really healed?
no, but like, but they're like a walking kind of
I have never
response and book. I've been in conversation with people who are like, thank you for sharing that. I feel that
I do not trust
like,
those people.
All I did was tell you what time we're going to the movies. What are you talking about? Why are you responding to me like this? Thank you for sharing that. I feel that would be a great time to enjoy the film. My intentions are to like, you know that meme where you're like, the girl was like, I posted it. It's a video. She was like, I finally stopped. I finally tried to give good guys a chance, and then he called her phone, and she was like, "Good morning to you. The birds are chirping."
Yeah.
She was like,
yuck.
No, yuck. We're unsatisfiable.
No, I don't know. We're all messed up, and we're all just managing it, doing the best that we can do. Okay, duality. Because ain't nobody out here walking around pure unless they Jesus Christ, all right? Anyway, I gotta go to bed. Try to. I've been... Oh, is everything okay?
Yeah, I'm starting to get a line in my head.
All right, girl.
Look at the way that Shanti will try to get off the phone with me every 5 fucking seconds.
It's 12:02. You don't see the bags under my eyes?
No, girl. I know what you want to get off the phone and do. So you ain't slick. So don't be rushing me off the phone because you got some electric shock therapy happening. Bye, girl. Bye.
Keeping me sane and healthy. Keeping me okay. Girl, keeping me from the bad guys. That's what it's doing.
Did you know?
And the good guys.
Wait, but did you? Oh, I didn't announce the damn giveaway again. The vibrator giveaway. That's so annoying.
Can you make a separate video?
No, I ain't doing that shit. I'll just put it on Patreon and stuff. Did you know that Cleopatra, real fast,
the queen of Egypt,
put bees in a container and sat on it for her own stimulation?
Stop playing with me. She a freak.
And so the bees
need to do all that,
buzzing
girl.
around. That's what they said. I googled it. They said it is widely believed that because they found artifacts for it. There was a whole bunch of honey and shit in it.
She a freak.
I love it. And did you know, I could have this wrong because there's varying opinions on this, that with the vibrator, a woman created that to help treat some sort of chronic pain for women.
Insanity.
I don't know if that's true.
Mm-hmm. Shanti said, get this woman an orgasm. She acted crazy as fuck. Women are crazy. Listen, I wouldn't want to have to reckon with another woman for real, because we are complex beings. We really are. I wouldn't. And that's gendered and fucked up, and I apologize. But I be thinking to myself, like, girl, what's wrong with you? Get it together. But all you need is an orgasm. It's right. It's simple. Sit on some bees, girl. That's going to be my code now.
Sit on some bees.
Go sit on the honey pot, you little kinky thing.
Honey pot. Is that what that is a reference to?
Mm.
Or maybe the vagina is the honey pot. I don't know.
Why did she call it honey pot?
Maybe because the vagina is honey pot. It's sweet like honey.
It is not sweet like honey, child.
How you know?
You told me.
You're a bitch. I gotta go. I'm getting on, and we still recording with that. With that, we are out. I took it back to
we're
an old.
recording. Oh my god.
Goodbye.
That was too personal. I just thought that was for
First
the
of all, I
papers.
did not tell you that because I was too scared. I was like, I know you've tasted yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It don't taste like honey. She drank some water. What it tastes like, girl? She said, mm-hmm. Didn't love it. I didn't love it. It taste like honey. But
You
just
lied
like,
to me. That did not taste like honey. That's crazy. Why did you lie to us?
Can you describe what it tastes like though? Because it's not honey, but it's not nasty.
No, it's not nasty.
But what does it taste like?
Depends. Depends on the quality. Depends on what you ate. Depends. But nothingness. It tastes like stuff. It tastes viscous.
What's viscous?
It tastes like
These
it
words,
goes like this. Thick. It tastes like it stretches.
Where did
Like
you
how
learn viscous? Having a thick, sticky consistency between solid and liquid, having high viscosity. Where did you learn that? Why did you ever use that? Was that a food term?
my white mom put me onto it, probably. Shout out to Barbara.
All right.
It's
I love you. I'm gonna stop recording so we can talk for 5 minutes. We don't have to talk. You want to go?
No, I'll stay on.
How do you smell immediately?
IMMEDIATELY. Immediately.
I missed
Who
the
you
eye.
telling immediately
That's
to?
the second eye.
Who you talking to like
That's
that?
not right either. Immediately is maybe it was right and I still wrote it wrong. Now I'm responding to somebody on Twitter.
You
They
lied to
flagged
me.
this and Floyd Mayweather got a fucking diamond.
What did they get, a Trump sneaker?
No, they gave him a
yarmulke.
diamond encrusted yarmulke.
Niggas. That is
Like,
so
how is it not
embarrassing.
Moses throwing the 10 Commandments at the golden calf? That's what it is. Like, what the fuck's wrong with y'all? Floyd Mayweather. Some people you gotta leave behind. It's mad people that didn't know about the Bartman song.
Wait, who's commenting on that?
I don't know. Can you get on Twitter? Please? Why won't you?
It's hard. Got enough addictions. Oh, I gotta pee badly. Hold on real quick, please.
All right, we're gonna go. Bye, everybody.